There's a reason why a lot of people are a little bit confused about soundproofing and what kind of products to buy that actually work, because when you go on Amazon or on Home Depot and you simply search soundproofing, what you get is a lot of acoustic foam and acoustic panels. These acoustic foam. That is not a soundproofing product. That acoustic foam, if you're planning on, let's say, soundproofing a wall, well, if you slap these onto the wall, it's not going to block any noise. What these are for, these are not sound blockers, they're sound absorbers. So what they do is, one easy way to get rid of echo and to deaden the noise in the room is to use sound deadeners, acoustic foam and acoustic panels. That's what they're going to do. They're going to drown out that echo and make the room sound better. But it doesn't soundproof the wall. So the type of products that you'll need to block noise, well, these won't do it. The first solid product that I recommend to soundproof a wall is drywall. Most houses typically have 1/2 inch drywall in between rooms, and if you add another layer of drywall and make it 5/8 of an inch drywall, it's thicker and it doesn't cost that much more than a 1/2 inch drywall, and it will block a lot more noise than the 1/2 inch. So adding that onto the wall is basically the first thing that you should do if you want to soundproof that wall. But if you live in an apartment, if you're renting, of course you can't really do that. But when you live in an apartment, there's not much that you can do to that wall to actually block noise. But a lot of people are looking to soundproof the door, see if there's any gaps or cracks. The easiest way to see is turn the lights off and make sure the light inside the room is on. If you can see the light shining through around the door, that's where the noise will come through. And here's an excerpt of a video that I made a few months ago, soundproofing a door and seeing how much noise I can stop for only $20. But before we begin our little project, we'll take a sound test to see how much noise goes through. All right, let's put some royalty-free music so I don't get copyright claimed. So basically it's between 43 to 48 decibels. Let's see if we can reduce that amount for 20 bucks. All right, so let's slide this in, reinstall it. Now this is much better. Oh my God. Now they have the door sweep installed. You just mark where you need to cut it. And do that on both sides, just in case you screw up real bad. So all you need to do to cut it to size is just use some scissors. As you can see, I already did this, but I'm just perfecting it now. The plastic is very thin, but still pretty rigid. Slide that in and it should be a perfect fit for your door. A door sweep like this will also work, but this one does work better. All right, so now that we have that installed, we can check out and see how much just a door sweep reduce noise, because these door sweeps are under $20. These ones are even cheaper. So if your budget is very limited, then this one would also work. Only difference between this one and that one, this is not a U shape, and you just also universal sizing. You just put it under and you attach it. So this one is more permanent. This one, slide it out if the air handling unit can't handle it. Put that on the other side and see if there's any improvement. Between 40 and 44. Let's see if we can reduce that even more by one more thing. Less than $10 item. You just roll it down, get it all the way down to the floor, and then bring it down. And as I said, this weather strip fits perfectly for an interior door. And this foam, as you can see, is pretty squishy. So it will seal that small gap without impeding you from closing the door. For $20, if we can get rid of a few decibels. Now, they say that if you reduce the noise by just 3 decibels, you're essentially reducing the amount of energy of the noise in half. So that's quite significant, because a lot of the times you might think just 1 or 2 decibels, it doesn't really make a difference. Where the biggest difference is noticeable is when you reduce the amount of decibels by 10. If you can reduce the amount of decibels by 10, it's the equivalent of reducing the amount of noise that your ears can hear by half. So every 10 decibels, you're essentially reducing the noise in half. So when we talk about soundproofing, you just have to realize that we're not going to get rid of all of the noise. This is still something that you can do, especially if you live in a rental where this weather strip, I doubt very much that they would care if you leave it there, but the door sweep, bring it with you wherever you go, and you can reuse it in your next dwelling. So now we'll do another sound test just to see if there is a significant difference. So there you have it. Don't be fooled by basically what the search engine tells you. I'll have links in the description below of all the products I talked about in this video, and video right here will show you how to soundproof a room for about $100. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, assuming you subscribed.